Dream Team's alright with me. Dream Team's alright. Oh yeah!
Oh yeah!
I'm Roy, Coach Destroy. This is Warn Dog.
Coach of the mighty Warn Dogs.
This is Calvin.
Nice and calm, Calvin.
Calvin.
Really?
Everything's alright.
Everything's all
Well,
right.
apparently the song worked for you because the rest of us are a little bit on edge, it's fair to say.
Yeah.
We've got our first lockout coming up, so there's some things obviously that we need to get done today. Things that actually impact the whole structure of our team, really,
Hell yeah.
don't they? So
Yeah.
there's some big issues.
Massive.
This is a pretty unstructured thing today. We've just popped in for a chat. Obviously, we all need a quick break from our team, see where everyone's at. So that's what we're doing now. And then obviously we'll knuckle down just before the game and get our stuff together and get it locked
But
and
it's
loaded.
not just us, Dog, is it? We've got a special guest coming up.
We do have a special guest coming up. We'll hear from him very soon. I guess the things that people need to have in their heads right now, though, for those that don't know, it is 7:20 that the game starts. So that's the time that it'll be locked. As soon as 7:20 rolls around, your GWS and Swans players will be locked in their position. So whether that's on your ground, like if you've got Shiel in there as your sixth midfielder, he's locked there for the rest of round one, which finishes on Sunday night, following Sunday night.
Yep.
If you've got Bug sitting on your back bench, he's there. If you've got the emergency clicked on him, you can't change that from here. Okay,
I think that's what's going to get a lot of people.
so at 7:20, whatever your team is looking like, you can go and play with everyone else afterwards, but any GWS or Swans players, wherever they are, whatever they've got clicked on them, you can't change that. So with the captain's loophole, Calvin, you might want to explain a couple of things with that
Love to.
and some things that people are thinking about.
Well, a lot of people are talking about Goods and Mumford with the vice-captain. Of course, yeah. So lock them in with your vice-captaincy, but to be honest, it's probably not going to work. It's not going to work because you need guys who aren't playing so you can put them on your field to get a donut. Shield was obviously going to be the one that everyone was going to have.
Mm-hmm.
But to do that, you'd even need him on your field knowing that it's a zero and then Magna to replace as an emergency.
So it gets messy.
It gets messy. So do it for shits and giggles and just to make sure, lock it in as your VC or your captain if you think they're going to really smash it. But
Yeah.
I'll tell you about Calvin's captains later, but I don't think you should.
So really, I'm not very good at this captain loophole stuff, but
You never have been.
your best chance would be to do it is if you're someone starting with two rookies in your mid and either Magna or Neil miss out round one and you're willing to keep them, you'd put them in that last spot.
But even a lot of people are looking at the team and going, well, geez, I've got McDonald named and I've got Shield named. I'm putting them straight on. I'm not even going to risk it.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
So for me, I can't do it because I was hoping that for Shield, but I want to play say Shield or McDonald ahead of Magna.
Right.
So I'm not going to put Magna on the field just because of it. So
Yeah.
it's a great idea, but it's probably not going to work the way. Some people might be able to do it depending on the structure of your team, but
Yeah.
you just need to make sure tonight that you've got your VC locked.
Well,
you can go for a Swan just in case, but you also need to make sure that your captain is on who you want it to be by 7.
Well, there's a couple of people that you'd probably, they'd have their hand up for vice captaincy anyway. Against a new team,
Yeah.
players like Mumford and Goods, if you've got them, they're going to be. That's a viable person to have as your vice captain anyway.
But
straight up.
but let's not forget, you get the double crack at the loophole when you've got Carlton and Richmond
Exactly.
playing
And
next week.
There's going to be
okay.
probably better options in that game
Yeah,
anyway.
but someone like Bryce Gibbs had 147 last time he played Richmond. Remember
Right.
that? And we all loopholed him and we all took his 147.
Yeah,
Remember
that's
that?
right.
Kratzo the year before.
Kratzo,
was
so-
too,
Man, it was,
yeah.
that-
Yeah, so it's happened. But that game against Richmond, you'd think Gibbs, Mark Murphy, Judd, if you've got those guys, should smash them. And in return, Delidio should smash Carlton back the way that he's been going. So you don't have to do it in this game.
That's right.
Okay. We'll move on from that. Okay, and we'll have a look at the amazing GWS rookies that have been named for this game. So we've been handed it on a silver platter, really, haven't we?
17 new players, is that right?
17 they've got, 17 debutants.
Yeah,
and
and
there's 18 in the match because there's the Cunningham in
Oh,
for
yeah.
the Swans.
Yeah.
So.
Now, there were lots I wanted. Secretly, I was hoping that Dylan Shield wouldn't get named,
Yeah.
so people would hopefully trade him, or not everyone, but a lot of people would
have panicked.
get rid of him,
Yeah.
and he'd be back round two. But the big fella's in. I guess with that, some people have started talking about the potential of him being vested.
I think he will be.
Do you?
Yeah, I really think he will be. Like, he only hasn't played like
A nab.
at really competitive level yet.
Right.
The Apple.
Oh, not in the Affle, you know, in the Offal. So, like, he played last week in the reserves, but he hasn't played a nab. They've got him straight in there. I think he may even start with the vest, Roy.
What? Well, we know that anyway.
We'll know that soon, and hopefully we'll know that
that's a
as the show's
ridiculous
going
thing to
on.
say.
Wait and see. I've got inside word.
I don't reckon. What do you reckon? Would he...
Oh, no, he's starting on the ground for me.
Yeah, same. I'm not even thinking about it. I don't reckon.
He's not going to be vested. He's been named on the ball. He's been named as the rover.
Yeah, he won't be vested.
So,
Mind you, you
he
never
won't
know
be
with
vested.
Kevin.
Kevin could be throwing anything out
He
there. He
likes
may
to-
even be a late withdrawal.
He
as
actually
far as we
tries
know.
to be random sometimes, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's
Kevin?
not right
So-
on sheets.
No, but anyway, I've got some questions for you from
Right.
from the relevant rookies picked, and
Yeah.
I've only got these from the last 10 minutes. I whipped them up from what people have been asking me on the tweet box.
On the Twitter phone.
Yeah. Here's one. Cornelio, is he picked for you?
No, and never has been.
Right.
No, and never has been, and he's just too dear for a rookie for me.
Okay.
No.
No, you haven't.
No, I haven't. He's not in there. Yeah, I'd love him.
Yeah.
I would love to have him.
Yeah.
As I think all of us would, but
Yeah.
just the cash.
Yeah.
That's all it comes down to.
Destroy?
Yeah, well, I was the one pushing for it. Yeah, and
Some people
structuring
probably-
my whole team around it.
And might have even worked out that could have been a little bit of Destroy's team.
It was a
on the
bit of
free
my
cheat
team,
sheet.
and it was my fair dinkum team at that point. Cornelio is now out of it, which is really hurting me. And I don't feel sorry for having him on the cheat sheet because I think he'll probably end up being the top scoring rookie anyway.
mile.
Yeah.
So if you can manage to get him in and still have your team good around it,
Have it.
well, you're bloody lucky. And so I'm
definitely.
not sorry for that whatsoever. Next one. Here's a common question I've had. A lot of people have Shield and McDonald.
Yep.
Do you have Shield and McDonald?
Have them both.
Do you have Shield and McDonald?
Currently have them both.
Right. Who are you going to start?
Yeah, I'm starting McDonald.
Over Shield.
Over Shield. I think he's played a bit more, and he will knock
A
up.
bit more.
He's 55.
He's
58. I'm just talking now.
Yeah, sorry.
He will knock up 10 tackles against Sydney tonight, I reckon. And I just think that GWS need big bodies around the ball early on in the year, and I reckon that he will outscore Shield tonight.
Wow, I reckon that is a rare choice.
Okay.
I reckon that will not be common.
I agree.
What are you doing?
I'm picking Daniel. God, my brain's not really working for DT at the moment. I'm picking Dylan Shield for these reasons. Last year in the Niaffle, average 96. Okay? Alright, people go, oh, Niaffle. But in those, he had 122, a 106, 104, 101, 129, 100. So he's had these decent-sized scores in that team under, well, not so much the same structure, but
No.
he's been playing in that team doing that. See, that's my worry with... We watched McDonald the other day run around. He's looking all right out there. However,
He had
a bit slow.
He had a
bit
decent
old.
score last week, didn't he?
Yeah, that was probably
That
his
was-
first
that was
full
his-
game he played.
That was his first, and it was 75. It was very solid.
Yeah.
You got to bear in mind that Shield didn't have a moon boot on 2 weeks
No,
before those
and
games.
that's really important. But that's why I'm going for him. I think
What
just
about
he's got potential.
you,
and I
Roy?
think that he will go all right.
McDonald or Shield on your ground if you had that?
I do have them both, and
Yep.
at the moment, Shield is there, but I know that sort of game that
Yeah.
Sydney play, and the tackles are going to be there for McDonald.
Yeah.
But Shield at the moment, he's a nugget. He's ripped as shit.
Yeah.
He's a man.
I don't know.
And he was going to be, and this is another reason, I think I wrote this to someone the other day, is saying that he would have been a top 5 draft pick if he if he was in the draft this year or last year.
Yeah.
He should be worth
a
160.
pre-listed player. So that's another thing. Like that probably argues more that you should pick him.
That he's a
but,
bargain, yeah.
But you know,
I don't know. At this stage,
if it was
Shield,
if it was Cornelio versus McDonald, who would you go?
Cornelio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Which is the same thing. If they're basically the same draft pick type thing.
Oh.
Except, and then I'm like, thanks,
But
Warndog,
then-
I'll definitely do it.
But then
But
the injury-
Cornelio hasn't been injured.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a tough one. I'm going Shield.
It's a flip of a coin.
Shield's ball winning ability
Alright.
is
Here's
outstanding.
an extra question for you. With a rookie like McDonald or Shield, so we're going to say they're going to score roughly the same if it's that tight to choose.
Okay.
What will they score tonight? What will be a score that they will get tonight that you'll be like, yeah, I thought you'd get that.
I would be really happy with 70.
70.
If they could get 70, I'd be
I was gonna-
pumped.
One thing people are going to really be stressed out about is that the top score for GWS will probably be 70 something.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
we've got to remember and we've got to realise is going to happen.
Especially
However, we're going to have a
tonight, yeah.
chunk about 60 to 70 to 80. I reckon we'll have in that group there that will be huge.
Agree.
All right. Well, that was a
Yep.
massive one there.
Mm.
Here's one for you. Redden versus Giles. Now, at the moment, my ruck structure is a primo and the 3 rookies.
Yep.
It's been quite common. Not everyone's doing it, but it is quite common. So that's what I'm doing. Who would you start if you had to think of starting Redden or Giles? Redden comes up against McAvoy. Giles comes up against Mummy.
Yeah.
Now in the pre-season, their opponents, Mummy's played McIntosh, who got 104 from 86% game time. Bell Chambers dominated really, 45 from 47% against him. And even Josh Fraser had 56 in 38% against him. So
Wow.
people, you'd think Mummy's going to have 50 hit-outs
I'm
tonight.
getting Josh Fraser in.
I had him last year to
No.
start.
Hey, I'm trying to work this out.
Sorry.
I need to know this too.
Keep going.
So Mummy, they have actually been scoring against him.
Yeah.
He will have 50 hit-outs, I reckon. So what's that leave Giles with about... He might get 20 hit-outs. Big McIntosh... No. McIntosh.
No.
McAvoy. Why did I say McIntosh?
McAvoy.
McAvoy, yeah. So Cox dominated him and Jolly dominated him as well. So opponents have been going well against both of them.
And as I think, but you've got statistics there of how Giles and Redden have actually gone in their last couple of games there, don't you?
Yeah. So their very last game, Giles had 102 from 89% game time, and that was versus Richmond, which is Marrick and Brown. Redden had only 37 from 69%
That's his worst
game
game
time.
for the NAB.
Yeah,
though.
so J-Mar dominated him that one. His previous 2 were awesome games, 84 and 82.
Yeah. Okay, so to answer your question,
It's
Giles
neck and
versus
neck
Redden.
statistically.
For
That's what
me,
I'm trying to say.
For me, I'm going with the guy playing tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a guy during the week actually said to me, "Oh, what happens if Redden gets injured? Oh, what happens if the sky falls down and hits you on the friggin' head?" Like
You are in a bit of trouble though, trading wise.
Yeah, but at the end of the
yeah.
day, if Giles gets injured between now and if Redden gets injured between now and his game, that's the point.
Oh, exactly. Then we
God,
can
what
do
am
stuff.
I,
But what
fortune
happens if
teller?
he does get injured round 1, 2,
Oh,
whatever?
so you're saying an injury to these guys with that structure, is
structure.
going to stuff you up?
That's what I'm massively worried about.
'Cause
So
you're
out of
gonna-
us 3, I'm probably the only one that's really looking at going a 2 premium.
Yeah.
However that looks, might be a mid-priced or whatever.
Right.
But I'm looking at that. So
Cruiser.
which you can find out tomorrow if you purchase a cheat sheet with what we end up going with. So
Yep.
Yeah.
very, very interesting.
Yeah, well, so at the moment, just give me,
Yeah.
regardless of what
Giles
you're doing,
will
give
play
me
for
the
me
advice.
tonight.
Oh, so
Giles.
Giles, at this stage, I'm Giles. Who
I'll
would
go
you
Giles because you just have to back him in that he's playing this week.
Yeah, all right. Fair call. Yep.
All right. Well, I reckon Roy, we'll
Yep.
cut your question short there.
Yep. Oh,
We've got a
obviously weren't enjoyable.
No, we'll keep going because it's just
okay.
we need to ring this person. We are
Better be
getting...
someone big because I've been bumped.
Same.
You've been bumped for him. All right, well, I'll get this on speakerphone. Hopefully it works all right.
I hope they can hear it.
Yeah, same.
Who are we calling?
We're calling a good Dream Team coach. His name is Nick Maxwell.
Ooh.
He is the coach of Maxie's Machine.
Maxie's pre-season's been good too.
Maxie!
Maxie!
Fantastic, mate. What do you know? One last look. Now, how are we looking heading into tonight? Now, you've emailed me your team and we've had a bit of a look at it. Which GWS guys are you definitely locking in for tonight? Right, so Devon Smith will be in your forward line then? Yeah, excellent. So have you got Giles there? Have you got him on the bench? Redden and Cox. So you're going to go with the Redden. We've just had that discussion there. Excellent. All right, now, right, boys, we've got some questions for you. I reckon Roy's got a couple of questions about some Collingwood boys.
Yeah, all right, Maxie. I'm just wondering. I'm stressing about Marty Clark at the moment. I see him as locked into my last defensive spot, and I'm sort of doing it because it relieves me of the stress of having a rookie back. Should I feel safe with this Marty Clark pick?
Yeah, obviously he had a bit of a problem in the quad through with I've seen him mature in the last couple of years since he's come back, and everything I've seen him do, like his skills, like example, it's just everything is for the more of his good, mature beforehand, but so
Nice, Max. We're losing you a little bit there, mate.
Well, I think Optimus Prime just said, get Marty Clark into your team.
Well, he said get him in. He said, but he's also a little sceptical. He's a bit worried about it as well. So if you didn't hear that, because Marty did have a quad injury.
Yeah, which was affecting his ability to transform from a car into a robot.
Sorry, mate. We're bloody Telstra. I think in Tasmania we're still using cans and strings, so she's a bit of a worry. Right, now, what we want to know, well, Marty Clark, we're pretty much all sold on him as well, I think. Maybe? I don't know.
I think I am.
Calvin, what have you got?
Now, Maxie, I've got a big question for you. Swan or Pendles? Which one?
I've gone Pendles.
You've gone Pendles?
Yep.
Why? Any reasoning behind that?
He never really compares Swanee's Nat Cup form to his regular season form because he just doesn't really care.
He doesn't give a shit, does he?
So you never see the best of him. But I just think Pendles is a bit cheaper. What is he, 20 odd grand cheaper?
Yeah, he is.
And I just think for output wise, I mean, I can't really see much difference in the two of them. So basically for the price, Pendles obviously a bit younger, so I just think he's probably the one for me out of the two.
Now, will you still kick it to Swanee, though?
I'll still kick it to him because if I don't, I'll get a beard. So,
Good.
but the fortunate thing that our boys have to worry about is that I don't get the ball that much, so I won't have to give it to him.
That's true.
Hey, just on that note though, Maxie, you haven't had a bad pre-season before your injury.
I actually had, yeah. That's the best one I've had for ever, really. Fitness is good, and that's why I guess it was so frustrating to sort of hurt the ankle on last Friday night. So I still wouldn't pick me for a dream team.
You were in my team till then, Maxie. No, you weren't. Just kidding.
Now, good. Now, one thing when you sent through your team, one bloke that made me a little bit excited about getting in was Heath Shaw, one of your backline buddies. So what do you think about Heater for this year?
Yeah, he's a lock, I reckon. When he's down back, he takes a lot of kickings and loves kicking to himself, so
He
there's
does.
plenty of points there. But on top of that, he's just consistent. And for the backs, like you can't use Hodge down back like you could a couple of years ago and a few like that. So I think he's just a lock down there as one of your key position players. He'll hook up to the wing as well.
Any of your young blokes a chance to start round one, you reckon, the cheap guys?
What about Yagmore? Is it?
Yeah, well, Yagman's probably battling Marty Clark for that spot.
Yep.
So it's going to come down to one of the two of them. And right at this stage, if I had to guess, I'd guess that Marty's probably just ahead of him.
Yep.
But Yagman definitely played this year. He's been awesome. I think probably the best chance is Payne. I just think he complements Cloak and Dorsey really well. But having said that, that's just my opinion from what I've seen.
Yep.
Okay.
Awesome. Now, you've got Wits in your ruck lineup. Is that just something to throw us off, or what?
I did have. I showed him the big O. After Warney had a glance at it and sort of said, no big O, why have you gone with Wits? And I thought about it and thought, I don't know why. I think he'll play, he'll definitely play this year. I reckon he'll play a fair bit. But, I mean, Stevenson at this stage will probably play straight away, whereas Witsy might be a bit more delayed getting in there.
Excellent. Now, we've gone in the forward line. You've got Steele side bottom, which I think the three of us are all pretty close to picking. I think. Maybe. But how's his pre-season been?
Yeah, he's been awesome, and he's had a lot of footy. I think in all our games, he's been one of our best strength team scorers. And his fitness is unbelievable. It's obviously the best in the club. So I reckon he's a lock, particularly obviously because he's a forward. If he's in the midfield, I wouldn't pick him, to be honest, because of all the other options. Being a forward line, I reckon he's a lock, so I got him.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, Maxie, any questions, boys?
Yeah,
Last ones to
yeah,
finish
I
off
just
with?
have one last one. How far away is Dane Beams? Because early in the pre-season, he was going to be my lock, and I was even considering backing him in front of Buddy. So what's happening with Beamer?
Yeah, he actually had some you don't really hear that much about Shilton these days, but he had some bad shins. Quinton was out for probably a month. He probably missed the pre-season.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything. He played yesterday in the VFL game, and from all reports, played really, really well. So
Right.
it's gonna be. I'd be very surprised if he plays this weekend against Hawthorn, just because he has missed a fair bit of footy. But
Yep.
I'd expect him to come in sort of around 2 or 3. So could be a trade-off option if someone else isn't performing.
Yeah, for sure. Sounds good.
Awesome. Well, thanks very much for your time, Maxie. I know how busy you'll be tonight making sure your team's all locked in and ready to go. So thanks very much for joining us on DT Talk Live, and we'll catch up for a coffee soon.
Thanks, boys. Appreciate it, and good luck.
Thanks,
Cheers,
mate.
mate.
See you,
See ya.
Maximus.
Right.
Leader of the Autobots. Maximus
Leader.
Decimus Meridius.
What about when he did transform then?
Yeah.
No,
Anyway,
So what-
thank you, Maxie. He's
Yeah,
the
thanks,
champion.
Max. That was awesome. Now, what do we take out of that conversation? One, Marty Clark is probably he's 60-40 at
Pretty
the moment.
high.
He will take that
I'd
spot.
say he's better than that. Now, while Maxie can't really give too much away, he would know, wouldn't he?
I don't think he
I
would.
don't
He's
think
the
he-
captain.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
don't think he knows.
He doesn't. Oh, yeah.
Roy's the captain of the Rockets, and he doesn't pick the players.
No,
No.
exactly right.
Okay.
So I don't
But-
think he knows, but
I'm going to
I'm
trust my
definitely-
gut.
yeah, I'm definitely resting easy at the moment.
The thing
with
is, though,
Marty Clark there.
what was I found reassuring there was it's between the rookie
Yeah.
and the guy who's averaged 70 before.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, he's a proven player.
Yeah.
And you've got a guy that's sort of been untested. So, yeah, I'm locking Marty
And
now.
I'll tell
with
you-
a lot more
And he's been
confidence.
good too in pre-season. Like, he's played all those games and
Marty,
looked
yeah.
good in them.
He's got 50s and...
Yeah, I'll tell you what else though.
That looks solid.
Like we'll know that pick, won't we? We'll know. We'll be able to do that.
So that's the Friday
James,
night game.
And the thing is, if Marty's not picked, we'll pick what's his name, Yagmore.
Yeah.
We'll pick him, knowing that he's in Leon's old spot.
And you save yourself 50 grand.
Yeah, so you know it's good signs all round. I reckon,
Other
yeah.
things I got out of that was, that Swan Pendles
Oh.
issue.
Right,
That's
because we're all
interesting.
tossing up between the two of them.
We can't.
Or neither.
We've been
Oh.
arguing.
That's only you, Born Dog.
We've been arguing all pre-season, but yeah, for me that was what I found reassuring about what that was that Swan isn't injured. You know, remember this time last year?
Yeah.
Swan had a quite, he's so sore and stuff, and then he comes out and pumps out a 130 or something in the first week. But yeah, so that was reassuring for people who have gone Swan.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
not Pendles.
definitely.
But
Well, I'll tell you exactly what it was no one would come out of that unhappy. If you've backed Swan, you'd be like, yes, that's what I've been saying.
And
But
for
if
the
you've backed
people-
Pendles, and they're both going to be good. And that's the thing. I cannot split the two of them, and Pendles is a bit cheaper
That's
and younger.
tough.
And that's
Exactly
what he
like
basically
Maxie
said, yeah.
Which is why I think I'll just roll with that.
and for guys who have Heath Shaw.
Yeah.
He was spoke
exactly.
with a mega confidence on old Heater Dick, so hopefully he just keeps his head on his shoulders and doesn't do stupid shit like he usually does.
Yeah, that's his biggest worry. Anyway, all right, what else we got? Let's go back into Roy's questions. Roy's
Okay.
loving his questions.
I am, because...
planning.
Well, the thing is, I need to know this stuff before lockout. Morris versus Bug on the ground. Some people that aren't going very strong in the back line, this is another Twitter question, not going very strong in the back line and need either Morris or Bug. They've probably got Marty Clark sitting there as well, and they're looking to fill that last defender spot.
Right.
Morris or Bug.
Or even to click.
Oh, because they would have probably Ellis as well. They could be going... What are you doing?
Incoming message.
What?
The subs have been announced.
Oh,
so
God.
anybody who
Holy
needs to
hang
know,
on,
sorry.
Is this an exclusive?
Do that again. Do it again,
There's been
please.
too many beers. All right,
Do
here
it
we
again.
go. The subs.
No.
All right,
The
we
subs
have
are
No,
announced.
I didn't know what they were
Dom
going on.
Tyson is the sub for GWS.
Yes, called it.
Called it. Calvin, of course he did. All
Well
right.
done.
That, and then Cunningham. Told ya.
Told you Cunningham.
Cunningham is the sub for the Swans. So there you go. That's what we all said too, because Cunningham, while it's nice and tasty there, is that rookie price player.
He is very cheap.
And they've got a few injuries. So
Yeah,
anyone considering him, don't.
Remember Calvin's famous saying from 2013? It takes two to sub.
Oh yes, that is a
It takes
famous
two to
quote.
sub.
Oh,
But
So-
don't call it. Don't say you're the original with that, because people will get very angry.
I noticed everyone's using the term loophole too.
are they?
Yeah.
Did you trademark that?
It is
You
trademark.
actually went to the trademark
It's
commission to
trademark.
do
So
that.
anyone using it, I'm going to sue them.
We claim to have the first Dream Team cheat sheet too.
Did someone
Apparently,
feed it to us?
pioneered it.
Apparently.
God, some people are wankers, aren't they?
All right, sorry, Roy, for interrupting
that's all
that,
right.
but it's important news for people.
Well, it's not one that I'm worried about, but a few people seem to be. So Morris or Bug, who would you start out
Morris
of
or
those two?
Bug? I'd go, well, that's the thing. Morris didn't play today in the
No,
for
so
Coburg.
he looks like a good chance.
So he's a good chance to play. Morris has had probably has he had high scores?
He had a big one
last week.
He had
so.
90 last week. He's got potential vest written on him, does he, or not?
There's maybe. Will he be the sort of player to do that?
Yeah, well, maybe not.
I don't think he will be. For me, I think that a lot of people will be questioning that, even to who to keep the emergency on.
Yeah.
They might have both those guys on the bench because there's not much.
That could be the question.
So, for me, you've got to go with what you know, and I know Bug's playing, and I know Bug's starting on the ground. Bug.
Give him a go.
Give him a go.
And he's
deserved
been solid through
He's deserved it,
pre-season as well.
Give the kid a
All
go,
right,
Roy.
this is the last one that I was getting. Kennedy versus Hall versus Dixon.
Yeah.
Kennedy versus Hall versus Dixon. This is probably for people trying to fill, maybe 1 or 2 out of 3 of those spots. Who would you go, Warren? Kennedy, Hall, Dixon.
Again,
this is a bloody tough call.
it's
I
that
reckon
whole
2
thing.
98 granders, 1 104.
For the actual whole point of, these guys have been named, we know it.
Yeah.
And you lose that chance that
Yeah.
Kennedy, mid forward too, so that's a handy little link that he's got.
Yeah.
But I'd probably go Aaron Hall over him.
Would you really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I like Tory Dixon as well.
Yeah, he's tempting.
All 3 will probably be in for me. I don't know.
Oh, you're a
Hang on,
dickhead.
Smith's there. Oh, God, I've got some work to do.
You
We
do.
better wrap this
You
thing
do.
up.
Who do you go out of those? Give me 2 out of those 3.
He just answered that without actually answering it. Like he told you all different answers.
Nah, I'll go Kennedy and Dixon. I said Hall, though. What?
Oh my god. Yeah.
If I was ranking those 3, I'm going Kennedy, I'm going Dixon, and then I'm going Hall.
Kennedy, Dixon, Hall.
That's how I rank them.
Kennedy, Dixon, Hall.
Right. Interesting.
Give me that.
Yeah, all right.
Fun.
Okay, that's about it from me. Just a bit of news to date about the upgraded rookies, in case people are
very important news.
thinking about getting any of these guys. So far, to my knowledge, Pfeiffer, Callanan, Curnow, Tui, Mullet, Magna, and Macaulay from the Hawks have all been upgraded. So if you're thinking about selecting any of those and you want them, go right ahead.
Yep, that's good news.
Yeah, a couple of them
Fantastic.
are the cheaper rookies, but some of them you're paying a bit too much for them to be
Yep.
DT relevant.
Yeah,
this year.
Definitely.
Bit of news. Buzz player this year after the pre-season. Actually, I'll structure that sentence and say Buzz player for the last 3 pre-seasons. Chris Maston,
My boy.
has once again ripped up, but he's injured now, so he's not even relevant. So a lot of people were.
Have been saved for all.
Well, that's what I said. I threw it out there and said a lot of people just got saved, and there's some people pretty passionate that this year was his year.
it was going to be his year, was
I
it?
got my head ripped
Oh
off.
my god.
Ripped off.
It'll
yeah.
be his year. Maybe.
Well, yeah, it will be. But
He'll be better. But again, see, this is off topic here kind of thing, but these people, I think mid-priced in the midfield is pretty tough because him at his price, you want well over 100. Well over 100 from him to make it a worthwhile pick.
Yep, definitely.
And we wouldn't have got that.
well, but are the people just using him as a stepping stone to like Swan? Because it'd be an easy one to make, won't it? If he
Do we have enough trades for that
averages
this
90.
year with the buys? I don't think we do. That's my personal
I
opinion.
suppose if we're planning on unloading a few buy rounds,
Agree.
Yeah.
we probably don't.
Well, that's probably it.
Yeah.
We need to go get our teams bloody sorted, don't we?
What else we got? All right, yeah. Now,
Oh, yeah.
topic there is a cheat sheet. All right, that's been interesting for some of the people out there. All right, what do you got to say about that, Roy?
About the cheat sheet?
Yeah.
Well, it's a bloody good little thing. We released our free one the other day, which was really popular. Heaps of people got on that. And just heaps of people want to know what our teams are. Whether you think we know what we're talking about or not, we've got teams.
Yeah,
and
People
want
ask
to see
us
them.
all the time.
So what we've done, we've packaged our teams together with a bloody Sony flat screen TV, which is friggin' awesome.
and been kindly donated by Harvey Norman QV Melbourne City.
That's
Thank you
awesome.
very much.
yeah,
there,
thanks
Nick.
heaps for them.
Yeah.
Funny Nick.
That's unreal. So you buy our 3 teams plus a page full of inside info, isn't there, really?
Yeah, well, it's still a cheat sheet. It's there to help you be better.
Yeah.
Okay, so this the first page is going to have lots of handy info. One of the big things that we've got on there is our rookie rankings, which will help you select those players. You know, you've got your players locked in from tonight. That's what the purpose of the free one was.
Yep.
Because some people ask, well, why don't you release it before now? No, that's what the free one was for, so you can get tonight sorted. Tomorrow gets you set up for this week. So, we've got our rookie rankings. That's a really big part. There'll be an exclusive Calvin's Captain's there,
exclusive.
which will be there before it will be on the other mainstream media.
Yeah.
Look, you know what I get annoyed with? People who whinge that they're not going to buy it. Don't tell me you're not going to buy it. I couldn't give a shit. Like,
Exactly.
I'm not wasting $4. I'll give you $4 to buy it, you moron. Like seriously.
$4, yeah. The thing that I find funny, like if you're sitting there watching going, you guys are cockheads and you shit at Dream Team, why would I buy that? Why are you even watching it?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, but if you don't want to buy it, that's cool, but
You don't
don't
have to
cut
tell
up
us.
rough about it.
You don't have to tell us or
Because
get
we're
angry.
not that interested if you
Yeah.
don't think
It's
it's
the
a good
people
idea.
who are interested.
Yeah.
And just quietly, the server that we've
upgraded
upgraded that
to a
many
dedicated
times.
server now.
We've upgraded that many times because it just keeps pumping up. That doesn't come cheap. And so, hey, that might
Neither does
cover
our
costs.
time.
That might
How
cover our
many
costs.
hours we put into this site, which everything on it's free. This is the only thing we've ever charged for. Okay? 1, you don't have to buy it. 2, if you feel like being an appreciative person, send us $4 so we can have one beer between us and have 2 mouthfuls each.
Yeah, no.
Thanks
and
for your support.
No, we're talking
No.
to a minority of people
Exactly.
here. And the thing is, if you want to buy it, wicked, that's awesome because we've put a bit of effort into it to make it as good as we can. If you don't, that's cool as well. But don't cut up rough about it by not buying it. Just don't buy it.
And if
It's
you
all
do,
good.
as my
All
brother
good.
said, I'm going to do it so I can go in the draw for the TV. He wants the TV.
Well, there you go.
And
And
so
the other
we're
thing
not,
is this.
we're not there just trying to rip you off.
If you don't think many people are going to buy it, buy it.
Yeah, if you think it's that shit, that,
get-
who would want to buy that? Well, buy one so that you're only going up against 3 people.
Yeah.
Mum, bloody, who's probably ineligible because
I
she's
bought-
related
alright,
to the family.
We've waffled too much about it. These guys, we're preaching to the converted. These guys aren't the
Yeah.
ones that's bitching anyway. So
Alright, so that's pretty much it. So tonight, what are the things to take away from tonight, boys?
Well, don't drink before you make your final moves. That's one thing, I reckon.
shit.
Yeah, we've done a bit of that already, but just back yourself. You've done the study up until this point. You know the good rookies. Don't do any little panic restructures in the very last minute. Back what you've done, back what you know, and just stick with it. It's only the partial lockout as well, so there's time to.
Try
there's
not
time
to get worried.
That's what I'm trying to say.
On to problems that upset you.
So I think just stick with it.
Don't
Yep.
you
Reminder about the
worry.
subs tonight. So that's
Oh.
Tyson and Cunningham. Probably not on a lot of people's radars. Cunningham might have been, but I would either just get rid of them now or make sure they're on the bench. And that's a little bit of a hint for next week is on Thursday night, or Friday night. But Thursday night, if Morris is the sub, and you're still sold on having him in your team, like he is in there 22 then if he is the sub, put him on your bench. Obviously, you don't want that score on your ground, but those sorts of things. So keep your ear to the ground with that stuff. Follow us on Twitter. We've got Calvin DT, Roy DT, Warney DT.
Oh, look at him trying to plug his so he gets
Warney
more followers.
DT, Warney DT. Do it. I'll crack 2,500.
Yeah.
Pretty
All right,
excited
I'll
about
crack
that.
you in a minute. Keep talking it up.
And our actual DT Talk one, which is just DT Talk, all one word. So get on those, and we'll try to update you as much as we can.
Did you guys
for
know I
other things.
pioneered Twitter?
Did you?
I created it.
Yeah,
You're amazing.
I heard
Just like the loophole, I created Twitter.
I made Dream Team.
Did you?
Yeah.
You're awesome.
A couple of other things I want to just make sure people are understanding completely is that our leagues, we'll probably have some more DT Talk leagues coming up during this week. However, you don't have to have your league completed until Friday. So your Friday lockout. League games or league matches don't start until round 3, so that all doesn't happen. So you don't have to stress about playing anyone this week. Oh, who do I take on this week? No, you don't play anyone this week. So just make sure you got those organised then. Otherwise, that's when you get your randoms in the league, and you don't really want that to happen. We'll have heaps on our website. On our website, in that post, you'll be able to advertise, oh, I need 2 more people for my league. Do that. If you're in a DT Talk league and they're not full, that's important to make sure we recruit to get those filled up because we've got hundreds of them already, which is fantastic. So
They only get filled up though with Maxi and Dr. Dream Team and those guys.
do they?
I'm pretty
I
sure
thought
they
it
do.
was random people that didn't
No,
have enough leagues.
I'm 99% certain that
You
if
would
you've
know.
got spots,
You work for Virtual Sports.
Yeah, I do. So yeah, they get filled in with the celebs.
Excellent.
Cool.
All right, any more things, boys? Oh, sorry, I've got heaps of things to
Oh,
bloody
dear.
say.
A few housekeeping issues.
Housekeeping issues. So we'll have
Talk.
heaps of stuff going off on the website this week. We'll do another live show next Friday night before the full-on fallopian final lockout. So that'll be 6 o'clock on that night, which we'll find out the subs in that time and the final teams for the Sunday games, and we'll make sure that we let everybody know that and be able to make our decisions.
A proper Calvin's Captains will go up Wednesday.
Yep. Exciting.
When's that go? Oh, Wednesday night. Same as last year.
Yep.
You know, some people do their captain articles on Tuesday
To
now.
try and beat you.
Because they beat me, Roy.
And
There's some mongos, yeah. So, Wednesday, same time, same bat channel.
Mucker?
All right, we're out.
We're on.
Good luck tonight. Enjoy the footy. It's back.
Oh, how good's that? Yeah,
It is.
Sweet. No more boring cricket.
Yeah, I know.
That's shit, cricket.
All right. Good
Thanks
luck.
for hanging, guys. See you later.